Hey guys, in this top 100 habits video, we are going to talk about a habit from the mindset category, which is probably my favorite category, and that is the habit of walking your own path, or at least have the courage to sometimes in life walk your own path and trust your own judgment, basically. And as usual, we're going through the same format of talking about what is the habit, why is it important, when should you do the habit, and how to do the habit, or how do I do the habit. So now we know what the habit is to walk your own path. And now let's talk about why that is important. So if you look at history throughout the last 100 years, you will find that basically every major progress that has been made is made by a person who trusted their own judgment in what they were working on. For example, Albert Einstein, his theories about time and space were completely, these theories were completely irrational, not logical, okay? And outrageous in a sense, so that most scientists, they just thought he was a bit nuts. But they were also, of course, interested because there was a mathematical logic behind it that later has been proven and is now common knowledge if you study physics. Another good example of this is the first guy who ever said that the Earth is traveling around the sun and not the sun traveling around the Earth. You know, that was also a very bold claim, but the guy did a lot of studying, of course, and later turned out to be right, even though he was going against what everybody else was saying. So this is why it's important to trust yourself when you have good reason to trust yourself. In case you wonder why I have a slightly funny haircut, I don't have a completely normal haircut, I have long hair here. As usual in the world, when something strange is happening, there's more than one reason. So there's two reasons for my haircut. Number one, it protects me from sunburn when I'm riding motorcycles. Riding a lot of motorcycles. It's basically my passion and favorite sport. And the second reason is it reminds me to not worry about what other people think about me, to trust being myself and not caring too much about what other people think about me. Because of all the reasons I just mentioned, you're holding yourself so much back. If you're limited to work within the framework of what other people think about you, think about this. In fact, I would go so far as saying that if everybody had this mindset of believing that they can walk their own path, this could have prevented World War II, for example. Think about it. The reason, one of the main reasons why World War II was enabled was because everybody was scared to stand out. Everybody was following what everybody else was doing. This was carefully planned from the top and down. So even though probably most people in the public, they had a gut feeling that, oh, there's something wrong going on here, but everybody else is doing it. Oh, I should probably also do it. I'm scared to stand out. I'm scared that people will look strange at me. This is a very strong psychological mechanism, and it has been utilized by governments many times throughout history, and in recent history also by major industries that have strong connections. You get the point. It's really important to trust your own judgment in these days, especially even without talking about politics. If you just talk about your own personal growth and what you're going to get out of your life, have the guts to walk your own path and trust your own judgment and speak what you think is the truth. And if you have good arguments for what you think is true, I don't think anybody will really blame you for it if you present it in a respectful way.
So I want to make it very clear with this example that the only thing that makes it possible for a central authority using a narrative to carry out any mission of their choice, the only thing that makes that possible is you not trusting your own judgment and you being too afraid to talk with your friends about what you believe is true and what you believe is right and why. Speaking your opinion, of course, always requires a certain amount of courage from you, especially back then in those days where the intelligence agency, also known as the Gestapo, had set up a really clever system where they used their own citizens to spy on each other and snitch on each other. So in a sense, everybody was a bit scared of each other. But still, you see this mechanism being used nowadays in an even more advanced form, where you, for example, in some cases have to say a special word before you say the name of a person, otherwise you can lose your job or get kicked out of school. And in other cases since 2020, if you don't use a certain product, you can also lose your job. And all this is because certain industries have grown so big that they're starting to merge with government. Actually, in the big picture, most disasters in the world has happened when people don't believe in their own judgment, just follow along with what everybody else is doing. And most inventions in history, the great inventions, when people believed in themselves.
Anyways, that was the reason for why. Now let's talk about when and how I do this. So basically, every time I make decisions on what to do, I just try to stay true to myself and do what I think the world needs and do what I think will get me closer to my full potential. So I don't leave anything on the table, so to speak. So when I'm gone one day, the world will be left as a slightly better place. I think that's a really good goal everybody should have. Do something in the world so it will get slightly better or affect people in a good way. So that's how I think about it. So basically when and how is pretty much ongoing all the time. And it just comes down to your core values. You have to know your values, then choices become easy, like how you approach things. If you know your moral and your values, then things become quite simple and choices become easier. This was a bit of an untraditional habit, but I really like these videos about the mindset habit category, one of my favorites. If you like this video, make sure you give it a like and subscribe for more. And if you have a friend that you think may like it, please share the video with a friend. It also helps my channel. In any case, thank you so much for watching and see you on the next one.
If you want to learn more tools and techniques and habits that can improve your life quality and performance and well-being overall, subscribe to my YouTube channel. And if you like tropical island holidays, visit fitcamp5.com for my 2-time TripAdvisor award-winning training camp, where we train fitness and action sports together while learning to live a healthy lifestyle and, maybe most importantly, have fun at the same time. And if you're really serious about improving yourself, you should definitely check out my full online courses, where I share step-by-step programs on how I developed my own routines over the last 12 years as a CEO working in 4 different countries, while being a successful competitive athlete with more than 20 years of experience in fitness and nutrition. Check the link in the description for that. And in any case, thank you so much for watching. Have a great day, be awesome, believe in yourself, and see you on the next one.